My Setup episode number 269, recorded live on September 8th, 2017. My name's Matt Philly. You can follow me on Twitter at Matt Philly. That's producer Tom at Thomas Philly on Twitter. How you doing today?
Doing great. Friday live stream only for Patreon supporters, Twitch subscribers. Join today.
Yeah, during the month of October, we're going to be doing late night streams for, you know, the whole spooky atmosphere that goes along with Halloween. So definitely make sure you hop on $1 a month with Patreon, or free with Twitch Prime, or $5 a month through Twitch. It's
or September.
Or September. Brand new subscribers get 50% off. Also, you join our Discord. That's where we're always talking. That's where we have the link to these streams and stuff like that. And we always chat and have a good time. You can post your setup, get some feedback. And that's about it. Let's hop into the first setup of the day, submitted by Dexter. That's my dog's name. 14. The setup was bought through Christmas presents and birthdays, and he tries to keep it as clean as possible. Okay, so I'm just going to straight up say it. This episode is very different from previous episodes we've seen, like especially the last two. Not really the best setups ever. Now, I'm not taking away from what Dexter has here. I mean, considering he's 14, this is pretty badass to have his little entertainment setup over there with the sound bar, pretty decent TV, his consoles. I'm really digging that more than I'm digging his actual setup, because really, this is the only photo we have. I personally would have liked to seen just a photo of the setup, something that wasn't so dark and grainy. And, you know, I think one of the big reasons why I'm saying that is because under the desk sort of gets lost in all the contrast and all the artifacts and stuff, but I can still very much see the amount of cables there, and a lot of points were lost. So I don't know, I doubt that was like on purpose. He's like, if I take a bad photo, then
he took another photo that was kind of blurry and dark, which was showing like straight on of like both of them, but it just looked awful.
Can people stop taking shit photos? It's 2017. I have an iPhone 6s. I could take photos that look like I took it with a DSLR. You know, just turn on lights, turn on the flash, whatever you got to do. Stop taking terrible photos. But I'm not a big fan of keyboard trays, and especially a keyboard tray like this, because, you know, you look at where the keyboard is edgewise, you look at where the mouse is, there's not a lot of room. There's no spot for your wrist or anything like that. So definitely a big issue there. Under the desk, other than the cables, just your feet. You know, you have the Xbox there. You have your the laptop alone is just not a good spot. But, you know, just having stuff in the foot area is not going to work, especially for this desk. The speakers are interesting. You know, there's some stuff under the monitor. But for the most part, that's it. There's no theme. Usability's not that great. Cable management isn't that great. You know, accessories is whatever. So that's just kind of, it's not a lot, you know, to be said. But what do you think, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing you can do. Like, the desk looks like it's falling apart.
Yeah.
From what I could see, at least, like it's like chipping and it looks like it's like slanted a little bit. I mean, down the road, when you get enough money for Christmas and birthday and all that, maybe get like a whole new desk just to get a clean slate, fix the cables, and then work from there. Because if you get a new desk that's bigger, you could fit the stuff like the laptop and the 360 up on the desk itself. But right now, you don't have room to do any of that.
Yeah, and you'll actually be able to put stuff on your setup, theme-wise, accessory-wise, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Next setup is submitted by Sam. He's 15. He's very proud of his setup because he paid for all the gear with his own money. He says he guesses it could be better, for example, with the cables down below, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I mean, cables is one thing. Again, not the best setups ever, but yeah, I gave you a 0. And normally I'll give you like a point or two, but I just looked at the second photo. I'm like, yeah, he really didn't try. There was no attempt at all. So that was one of my biggest complaints with this setup. But I think the bigger problem here is more specifically in the first photo, where you could see, just look at where the left monitor is. It's kind of touching right up to where that little under desk drawer starts.
Yeah.
So you can see he's putting himself right there. Meanwhile, you look to the right side, we have the piggy bank thingamajig, and we have the printer, and that's all open leg space. He's not centering himself to the open leg space, and that's a big problem. I think you should be moving everything, except for the printer, over to the right, center yourself out, then take the printer and put it in the left corner. That makes way more sense, because you don't need... I mean, first off, you have the legs there anyway, so it's not like there's really any benefit to having the printer there. So
yeah.
The printer should go on the other side, should center yourself to the desk, and you'll be all set and ready to go. Fix the cables, so easy if you have that drawer back there. Just throw everything behind there, call it a day. But really, for the most part, again, another setup that's just not really rocking too much. He's got a thing of Mountain Dew in the corner, another can on the thing, so like, that just shows he doesn't really care about his setup. He's got random lights just kind of like chilling on his desk. Those don't really make sense because they're hanging down, but then they're all bundled up on the desk, so I guess he doesn't
I'm going
want...
to hang it. Oh, wait, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough slack, so I guess he doesn't want it dripping down onto the floor, but should have thought about that ahead of time. Yeah, I feel like there's really nothing going on here. No theme, no accessories.
Looks like he's got all Razer products, which is, something, I guess.
That's why he lost so many. Razer, but then he's got the OSX wallpaper, so it's like... Yeah. What are you doing?
He's doing a little tricky. Tricky setup right here.
So, it's not terrible. A lot of white, though.
A lot of white, yeah. And I mean, it's like ad posters. Like, we don't have to keep saying the same stuff over and over again. It's like, add theme, because right now we have no idea what you like.
Yeah, and the problem is 269 episodes, this still happens.
And it will happen again and again.
Cable management... Just look at the goddamn scoring sheet. And people always ask, and I say it all the time, wire management, out of sight, out of mind, usability, accessories, and theme. That's it. Just think about each category, and you'll be all set and ready to go and win the show. And
wire management, is that good? I don't think so.
So, all right, let's go to the next setup of the day. Submitted by Ethan. He's 14. He uses a setup for CAD work, and he owns a small tech repair business, and he appears to be a game developer. Did I say what did I say?
He aspires. You said appears to be or something.
Yeah, I thought
appears to be a game developer.
He appears to be. I meant to say he aspires to be one. Oh man. So this setup is definitely full of theme compared to the other ones. This is my favorite theme in the world. Not really. I think the poster placement is very odd. Just everything.
A lot of ease.
Ethan. A lot of the weirdest posters and artwork I've ever seen, but just the placement of everything is so odd to me. And it's not just the posters, it's also the power strips and the power bricks and all that. I mean, if you go, there's that, but then if you go back to the first photo and look by the fish tank, I mean, he's plugging in a lot of things, which
plugging his fish tank.
Yeah, I don't really see a lot of things that need to be plugged in, which is why I'm a little confused, but you do you. But yeah, I mean, framing posters, coming up with an actual nice layout on the wall is key and will make a big difference, because right now when I look at this, it just seems like you don't really have an idea. So, and actually, Lady Robin in the chat just made a good point. Why do they always use the small side of the L desk? That is seriously a problem that we always see.
The only reason I think is because he's doing the repair business, so he keeps that side pretty much empty so they can work on that.
Yeah, you think we should close the door? Because they just start. If someone's like, that's not even someone working on a lawn. That's someone blow drying the hair. But yeah, Tom made a good point. At least in Ethan's defense, he does say he owns a repair business, which consists of a screwdriver and 2 pliers. So
he's got one boxes underneath.
No, Tom, that's it. He's got those 3 tools. That's how he runs his business. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, okay, I guess that could work in his favor. But I do think Lady Robin has a good point. We see more often than not people utilize the small section, which does not ever make sense to me. Maybe here and there, once or twice, it's like, oh, that makes sense. But I don't think this is really the smartest utilization of this desk. I would definitely move to the right side. Way more breathability. You can leave the computer there in the corner. The fish tank could go off to the left. I just feel like you could still make it work. And for your repair business, I'm sure you're not dissecting bodies that need to lay on the table.
There's still enough room on that side to do what work you need to be
exactly.
done.
I mean, he said he does small tech repair. Obviously not small tech, but he's a small tech repair business. Regardless, he's doing tech, so he's not taking apart stuff for NASA, so he's fine. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the crate footrest and just kind of the way things are out in the open, out of sight, out of mind, blah blah blah. But it is what it is, and that's all that it is. What do you think, T?
I feel like the cable management could have been done a little bit better. It's it's just such a weird placement to have your power brick. Could you think of a better way to?
They did a little shelf.
Yeah, I know. It's the weirdest thing. It's I understand you want to keep it up in the air, but then you see the cable's not the cable loom or I don't know what that would be.
The sleeve,
the sleeve is just hanging, just drooping a little bit. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but
very easy to fix.
Very easy to fix. Yeah, and the desk is super nice. It looks thick. AF.
Okay.
And it seems like a desk that you can drill like a signum into, you know, find different solutions to fix that keyboard management.
Well,
it's not bad.
He drilled holes for his keyboard and mouse, so
obviously you can do it.
He shouldn't be worried, you know.
No.
But anyways, okay, next setup. This one, Lachlan, 17, a student who's
lacking.
That's lacking. It's lacking a lot. A student who is very passionate about filmmaking, which he does in his spare time. This, again, I don't know what it is about today's episode. It's just white on white, no theme, just completely empty and just very confusing. And I think one of the funniest parts of this is it would have looked 80 times better if the monitors were on.
It sucks because when I asked him, like, I need a farther back photo, and because we were really close up, he had the monitors on in his previous photos. But then when he took the further back photo, he took it without the monitors on.
So he hurt himself here. He shot himself in the foot. Also, having the mic arm where it is, I feel like that is so odd. Why would you're going to pull it over? I don't know. And especially since the Alex drawer on the left side isn't all the way to the edge of the tabletop. So it's like, if you're okay with doing that, why not just have one of the Alex drawers come in a little bit so you have enough to clamp it on the side?
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time really grasping the common sense here. Maybe because there is none. Also, the monitors are tilted forward, which is interesting. They're not touching perfectly in the middle, and they're not angled in at all. So a little confusing for me because I know I've used two ultra wides now. Granted, my two ultra wides are way bigger than those. A lot bigger. Yeah, I'm not a poor peasant, even though I got it for free. No, but honestly, I can't even imagine using those monitors next to each other like that. So flat, tilted down, not perfectly touching in the middle, which means that they're slanting, they're slouching a little bit. Yeah. So I just feel like I don't know. I'm not sure how to feel about that, if I'm being honest. And we have Mr. Atsu in the chat saying that he thought that was a lamp. Yeah, I mean, that is definitely like a Rode yeah, actually, is that the Rode logo I see?
Looks like it,
yeah. Rode PSA-1. So there's got to be a microphone on there. Or maybe he bought a Rode PSA-1 to rig up a lamp. If so, what a waste of money. The cable management, just with the little loops in the first photo. Sorry, those, like, you couldn't just like put them down a little bit, you know? Just
it's the keyboard cable, dude. Just like
literally. I don't know how to explain it. Just push it down.
Just do it, like that.
But in the next photo, I mean, that's great. Like, congratulations, you did that. But
everything's just so white. And it's like contrast is kind of there, you know, with the black peripherals and the black with the case and all that. But
it's just like, lacking everything.
Yeah, it just pop a color.
A great way to say it. You have Mr. Bones saying way too clinical. You have Lady Robin saying it looks so sterile. I mean, those are the ways that I would explain this too. I just don't have the vocabulary, you know. Yeah. Really, it's like a doctor's office. Yeah, it's like a doctor's office. It's just lacking everything. So much potential, absolutely destroyed by really just, you know, poor decision making.
Would you know that he's into filmmaking?
No.
He's not into anything. He's just into this.
Yeah, I'm just not sure how to feel. But you know what? Imagine we saw a setup that had ultra wides and the monitors were on and everything like that and had a little bit more life, but it wasn't done perfectly. Can you imagine that?
That'd be so weird.
Well, let's go check it out. Ryan, he's 23, mainly uses setup for video and photo editing. His desk is in a tight spot in his room, so it was hard to get under the desk for that shot that we saw. So, I wish we totally could have seen more of that. I mean, I'm having kind of a hard time understanding how he got this photo. Yeah, how you can get this photo, but you can't get an under. You literally take the camera in the first photo and you just let it go down.
Yeah, you do like
and he's and he's into video and photo editing. So I'm just having, again, this episode, I'm having a hard time grasping the idea behind that. So, that's just kind of how I felt about that under desk job, because we are missing a lot. You're not even on the go to the under desk shot. Yeah, you're missing the cable management of the whole under desk. Yeah. You know, we see a little bit of like loom and all that, which is great, but I don't know what the rest of it looks like. So a little confusing to me. Now, the biggest complaint is almost everything in the first photo. And what I mean by that is there's just so many things to nitpick. And you guys know I like to nitpick. I think the first and most obvious thing to start with would be the photos above. Now, I don't know if Tom had an option of like a further back photo, like a whole room
just
photo.
like to the angle, like maybe 60 degrees.
Yeah, so we don't know what the rest of the room looks like. So part of me wants to be like, maybe there's something that... And then I'm like, I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt, like maybe there's something in the rest of the room that makes it work. But then in my mind, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because literally those 3 pieces of art are only above the desk and the desk only. So why in the world is it not only off to the right, not only super duper high, but why is it that every piece is either not level with each other or they're just completely crooked? It just... Look, the one on the right is so far down, so crooked. The one in the middle is crooked, a little too high. The one on the left looks like... They're all too high, but that one looks like the best out of all of them in terms of being level. Not crooked. Yeah, so extremely confusing. Not a huge fan at what's going on up there. I think that the coloring on the artwork would have been great had it been centered to all the monitors because it matches the desk. It would have been really, really nice. But a missed opportunity there. And to go with that, oh, God, that monitor arrangement, I'm not... it's not going to be this is a no for me.
For me
yeah, it's not nice. I don't like that. I think about just the usability of sitting there. And I'll be honest, with my 2 34-inch ultra wides, when I sit there sometimes, because I'm doing photo and video stuff all the time, sometimes I'm like, damn, maybe this is a little too wide. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this
is too wide.
Is definitely too wide. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like that they're also touching on the top. Normally, like, I don't know, I don't have OCD, I don't think, but I just feel like they need to be dead center and like everything needs to be symmetrical.
I feel like it flush with the middle monitor is fine.
I don't know, because then it looks like you're missing part of your monitor. And I get it because he wants to fit his speakers and he wants to do this. I get that, whatever. But my main thing here is just, there's so much I want to say. Okay, let me go through like a quick wish list. You ready? Mouse pad of some sorts. I mean, I don't know how you feel like that's the best way to use the mouse, and I don't want to hear Logitech actually has the smoothest surfaces ever.
It actually is a mouse pad.
Yeah, it's built in. I've tried it. I don't like it. The speakers, not only are they like on the side, which normally it's fine because what you're doing, but they just look like they're super far back. Right? Super, dude. So look at the right one. It's just like all the way at the back of the wall.
Yeah.
Like, at least bring it up, because if you're trying to listen to video stuff, like, you want to be able to hear it. Another thing is, really, the controller doesn't look great there. I'm just going to be honest, because it's like hidden behind the monitors. This is where your monitors are absolutely killing you. I feel like 327 inches would have been fine. Or how about just an ultra wide in the middle, and then you have 227 inches. The ultra wides here look asinine because they're going off of the desk. Basically, it's kind of like committing seppuku. So for me, I'm not a huge fan of that. Again, headphones, something I always say, headphone stand wouldn't really work here. So under desk mount would be preferred. And then the other thing I was going to say, which someone actually brought up, Ingline brought up in chat, he said the wallpaper. You're just repeating the same wallpaper over and over. And for someone that's, again, I'm going to be a dick, and he's probably never going to watch the show again, but it's okay. No one really watches the show anyway. For someone that's in the photos and stuff, that sure is a boring, repetitive wallpaper.
You took that photo? I'm just kidding.
Like, I don't care if you took it. I don't know if you were falling out of an airplane, you took it or whatever. The problem is, like, either change it up or like he was saying, fucking flip them. And I don't know. I just feel like this whole setup's very uncreative. You got a dope ass tabletop, and then just hope that, buying monitors and peripherals and stuff, it would just do the rest for you. But it didn't, and it's not a great setup, in my opinion. Very easy to fix. Very, very easy to fix. But as of right now, I'm not a big fan. What do you think?
I think he should raise like all the monitors up, because now he has the room, because his posters are really high up, so maybe just raising the monitors up would be cool. Maybe doing the 2 side ones vertical, see how that looks. I mean, if you're a video editor, photo editor, maybe you have it like one that's like I don't know, I'm trying to think of new little options. Well, then you could have the speakers standing up.
That's probably one of the only ways he can really utilize these 3 monitors in a nice way without having to do 2 and then the big one on top, which, trust me, I've tried. I did the vertical for a long time. I had my one ultra wide dead center, the other one vertical. I loved it, but the way I redid my setup, it just didn't work. So I did 2 across, which is great. But I tried on top. I can't do that. I can't imagine him using this setup realistically, trying to edit something, because he's got to be like, okay, yeah, what's this? Okay, we're good to go. Let's make the edit. Like, it just seems weird.
I'm just go to my right monitor.
Yeah, for me, I need to be able to see everything all at once. So on my setup, I can easily be like, okay, I got this, I got all these things right here, and I could reference it, and I don't have to go like, oh, so.
Okay, that's my monitor.
Yeah.
There's the other monitor.
You have to have someone sit over there just to tell you what's on the damn screen.
What's on that monitor over there?
Now, I know, granted, they're not the biggest ever, but the ultra wides on the right, they just look so short. Ew, yeah. It's really tripping me out, but I don't have much else to say on this either.
No, it's got a lot of potential, like you said.
Yeah. All right, next setup submitted by Rylan, which is weird because the last guy was Ryan, so it goes Ryan to Rylan. Anyways, he loves gaming. Oh, he's 12 years old, by the way. He loves gaming, video editing, comic books, cubing. The fuck is
no, cubing.
I forgot. It's elite hacker terms. He also likes PC building, watching cartoons. If you couldn't tell, his theme is mostly blue and superheroes. You know what, Rylan? I kind of got the blue. Definitely got the superheroes. But for someone that likes blue, I'd put a little bit more. I like that your headphones are blue, though. That's good. That throws in the theme. But I feel like, the RGBs and stuff, you might want to centralize that to blue.
I mean, it's pretty blue. Blue LEDs, blue wall, light blue wall, kind of.
Yeah, but then you're starting to throw in other colors,
Okay.
Really, for you, I feel like something you would agree with.
Too much blue would be
kind of a little bitch,
too blue for me.
Well, also the monitor's off. He could have had a nice-ass wallpaper that would have worked well. And already in the chat, people are saying, the comics aren't aligned, and they're kind of, like, all over the place.
He did it himself.
Yeah. And Atsu said they should be framed. I don't think it's like the end of the world if these aren't framed. If it's something I actually care about, yeah, I'd probably frame them. But I think if they were just perfectly aligned and stuff, it would look way better. So I would, just take them off, put it back on, take it off, put it back on, call it a day. But yeah, that's that. And then as far as really cable management, the only cables we see are down below. Little piece that I just want to push down in the worst way, but the rest is like zip tied and stuff, so kudos there. It's way better than a lot of the other people that are older than you, so good job there. Behind the monitor, so easy to fix. You just take those cables and just literally velcro them, whatever, scotch tape them down. It's so easy to do. And then so I mean, for the most part, this setup, I feel like it is basic, but the first two or first three kind of similar in the sense, but he did a way better job, and he's 12.
He's 12, dude.
So kudos to him. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like, the desk is kind of working. I wish there was kind of a better spot for the games and all that. And like, I can't really tell what's on the right side except for a Rubik's Cube of some sort. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of hard to see. But it seems like you're just shoving stuff in that back, which is fine. But it seems like you have drawers, so maybe putting more of the stuff in the drawers would be ideal. Yeah. But the desk is fine. I don't think a desk upgrade would be necessary, but.
Yeah, getting some shelving or small shelving or something under the window would be nice. Yeah. But I like it. Not much to say. I did take too long on the previous setup, so I'm going to now go to the next one. Submitted by, Soufiane. 25 years old. He set up for gaming and streaming, and this is probably, well, actually, it did win the show, which wasn't really that hard to win this episode because, but, yeah, accessories, theme, right off the bat, you're already getting the whole vibe. In the third photo, we could see the Doom, the Call of Duty. We could see all that stuff up on the wall. We could see off to the left. Yeah, boxes, not my favorite.
Displaying like GameStop,
Yeah, right. Displaying the games like that, not really my favorite. Just having all that stuff on top, not really my favorite. I think you guys get the point. He seems to want to keep all of his boxes, and he has a shelf dedicated for that, so that's one way to do it, but it's a no for me. I put all that in the closet and hide all that, whatever, but stuff like the Rubik's Cubes and the games, if you have a nice way to put them up on top of the shelf, that would work just as well. But you see the guitar, you see the piano, you see the MIDI keyboard. He's got a lot of cool accessories. That's what I'm trying to get at here. In the second photo, we can see his cable management. He's utilizing that built-in drawer. It's, I guess shelf sort of thing, under desk cable management slot, and it's working well for him, so I like that. The subwoofer's coming down, it's all nice and neat, works well, and then he's got the right side is dedicated to like his guess is DJing and like, you know, which I like. Good for him. Congratulations. And then the main part of it, you know, my one little critique right off the bat is like just the monitor arrangement, man. I just, you know,
if he's gaming and streaming, I feel like that's not the best arrangement for it.
Yeah, because you want the right monitor to be tilted in so you could actually see what's on the damn thing. And I know a lot of streamers like having a vertical monitor because they could have the chat go along, they could have all their shout out related information going along, which maybe you should try that out. It will free up some space. Also, a little bit interested here because to the left of the left monitor, is that a speaker?
It is.
So where's the right speaker? Is that behind? No, that's the case.
No, yeah, it's right there.
It is, right? Okay.
Yeah, right next to the
because that's
computer.
space. It's like the blank. So his speakers are just not in a great spot at all. So, man, I don't think I took points off for that, if I'm being honest.
He still wins
Oh,
first
yeah, no,
place,
I did. Well, yeah, he still gets first place. That's just how sad this episode is. But it's weird because it seems like a lot about music, but he didn't mention anything about music, which I find interesting. So, you know, for the most part, it's a pretty okay setup. He's got the controller in a weird spot next to the keyboard. And, like, you know, I feel like maybe getting a drawer or something close by that you can have all your stuff nice and easy to get at without having to leave it on the desk would be ideal. But I'm going to have to agree with the Lady Robin in the chat who said that, you know, really the posters are kind of randomly placed throughout the room. And I think, you know, do whatever you want with the rest of the room, but at least near the setup, take a little bit more time. It should make more sense. You shouldn't have big, small, right above that's not even centered to anything. You know, the Call of Duty could have looked really nice against the Doom over there, or even over by the table. There's another big poster. So it's like you really should have thought about that a little bit more. If you wanted to have those small posters above, that would have worked. Or if you wanted the big ones, at least center. You know, it's I don't know. I just feel like I'm losing brain cells today. But definitely the best of the episode. What do you think?
No, yeah, I like it. It's like a different room layout too, because it's not all against the wall. It's like, you know, part of it's coming out in the middle of the room, and there's enough room for you to walk around, so it's not intrusive on space and all that. I think it's a very unique setup in that fact. So yeah, that's all you have to say about it.
Yeah. All right, final setup of the day. I think this is the first time ever that we've had twins submit together. We've had couples, we've had stuff like that, but we have not had twins. Andrew and Oliver are 14 years old. Andrew's is on the left, and Oliver's is on the right. Currently looking to upgrade their TV, frame their posters, remove that ugly set of drawers holding that table together, and also planning on wall mounting their monitors and hopefully the new TV they get. So first off, I gotta say I'm happy that they have a wish list, things they want to do. They understand. Because I'm about to go in, you know, I'm about to say
They're
some
twins,
things.
dude. Which one has the better setup?
Well, that's actually a good point. What do you think? I would say probably Oliver.
I would say Andrew. Look at Oliver's arrangement right there. What the hell's going on?
I was just saying because he has the cool headphone stand. That's really
That's literally.
I mean, technically, you know, Andrew does have the wall-mounted headphones, so
yeah.
You know, it's
he's thinking more long term.
But wouldn't you want the little?
We need to pick sides though.
Yeah,
so
you know what?
I go Andrew, you go Oliver.
I think Oliver too, because look at what's above his monitor.
Yeah, yeah.
You get a scroll zoom on.
It's creepy though.
That's not creepy. That's badass.
Because Doctor Who, and then Doctor Who is up there too.
Yeah, it just works. You know. Honestly though, I think the biggest issue here, Andrew and Oliver, is your parents don't love you enough to get you a big open room. So what you're going to have to tell them to do is either give you a bigger room
or we leave,
or you're knocking walls down, or leave. That's fine too. So honestly though, I think it's just too tight because yes, bezels fatter than your mom. That's what the whole joke is with the bezels, main TV. Yeah, but what happens is you have to understand nowadays, yes, the bezels aren't that big, but really realistically gonna get like a 32 40-inch TV because they're not that expensive. You get a 32-inch from Best Buy for like $10. Not really, but,
give or take $120.
Yeah, don't tell them I said that. But especially when the deals start coming out in this next month or two,
Black Friday,
yeah, you're gonna be able to get a TV so cheap. And just imagine a 32-inch 16:9 TV right there. Do you think you're going to have room for it?
That's true, yeah.
I don't know.
Even if you mount it.
Yeah, mounting isn't really going to solve any issues. It's going to make it look cleaner, but it won't matter if you can't fit anything else in the damn setup. So just keep that in mind, because right now you already have the right monitor up against the TV. The left one just barely saying hello to it. So imagine a bigger TV. I don't think it's going to work out, which is why I think this is just going to be really hard to kind of change, you know, to improve, because honestly, this portion of a room would work well for one person setup, not two. If you had a different spot for the TV, that would be great. And then you could have just a different thing to sort of divide the setup, something a lot smaller, not as wide. If you did that, it would make a little bit more sense, whether it's even literally just a piece of like foam that stands up, or even if you just had an imaginary line, you know? Imaginary. So I really think that is one of the things you need to think about. Maybe you have another spot where you could put the console and you guys can play over there. And then at least if someone's playing the console, they're not right up against the other person, because that's another thing. Yeah, the drawers are there, which is annoying, but sitting there while I assume the other person is sitting at their setup, it's got to be really annoying, especially if you're like watching whatever, like watching YouTube.
Are you watching porn over there?
It's like you're watching Jake Paul, you know, and you don't want your brother to know, and he's right there, so he kind of knows. So yeah, definitely something you should think about. Just really getting the theme across is going to be a little bit more difficult too, until you kind of figure out a solution. I really do like in that second photo though, the bookshelf is super clean, really nice. You know, maybe the calendar on it and stuff like that's not my favorite, but the actual shelf by shelf, I really like it. Yeah. It's not bad at all.
No.
But just because of a few things here and there, yeah, it definitely took away from points. What do you think?
No, yeah, I like it. And I can kind of see in the bottom left corner, you can't see it on the screen, but there's like a bed frame or whatever. So I'm guessing that's where their bed is, or beds.
They sleep in the same bed.
We don't know.
We're just twins, man.
Because that's showing how like tight the space is in this area. Even though they do have a long tabletop, you know, to fit 3 TVs, 3 monitors, whatever, it's still not enough room to fit all the stuff that they want. I feel bad because I really want to. I'm pulling for them. Why are you laughing so much?
They sleep in the same bed. I just find that so funny. If that's because I'm wondering if that's where the bed is. Maybe they have bed, little space, bed, or is it bed? Or I don't know.
Just bed.
Yeah, like I really. That's why I need to see the rest of the room.
Because what if they bring a girl over and it's like
yo, Andrew, hop out. You know, I got the bitch girl.
No, but I'm really pulling for these kids. I really am.
What?
I don't know. I feel
what
like
is this, America's Got Talent? I hope they in the next round, because we're letting them go through to Hollywood. I hope they do it, man.
I feel like they want to have a really, really good setup.
Oh, they're gonna do it.
They're gonna do it, and you know what? And then you guys move out, and you guys don't have to sleep in the same bed.
All right, now it's time for the part of the show where we give the scores. I'm just waiting for Don to get at the front of the line.
Sorry, it's a lot to press.
I know. All right, Dexter scored a 58. Sam scored a 68. Ethan scored a 70. Lachlan scored a 68. Ryan scored a 72. Rylan scored a 78. Soufiane scored an 88. And Andrew and Oliver scored a 76. There you go, guys. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Pimp, my setup episode number 269. We're on September 8th, 2017. My name is Philly. You can find me on Twitter. I'm Philly. That's producer Tom. At Tom's Philly on Twitter. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Sunday.
Sunday.